Yo, what's up, guys? This is your boy Eddie Jax, the evil Loquito. Before we get into this shit, I got a little something for you. I will destroy your whole career before you're famous. You could rate this 5-star when I made this, put you in the hiatus with my greatness. I'm back to basics. I won't even change this. Thinking you can fuck with me, that's courageous. It's contagious when you lick the anus, call her a victory lap. Jax will be in Vegas.
Six and be like, is it?
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Chai Biscuit. It is all about Johnny, and right now we're doing this shoot for 31st of December. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. What's up, my man?
Welcome, sir. Welcome to Chai Biscuit.
Thank you, sir.
First, I
Appreciate
want to say thank you so much for coming to my small house. Thank you so much for taking your time. The weather is crazy. I was not expecting this weather for 31st. I was expecting some better sunny sunshine and all. So we can go for some beautiful lunch. But this is crazy.
Yeah, man. It is what it
The
is.
same thing happened. The same thing happened in the 25th of December, which is on Christmas. On the Christmas Eve, both the days were raining. I don't know what's happening. 2025, it is what it is. But thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Guys, I just want to say, I believe to all my Chai Biscuit viewers, you saw my Instagram story or maybe Instagram post that I had featured in one of the Hollywood song. He was the director and he was a creator and he's a musician. And along with that, he's the rapper. And I want to say this with proud and with a lot of immense. I don't know how people are going to judge me. I don't care. But I have said his name as Rap God. So seriously, sir, I told you that. Like, seriously, you see, Rap God. It's not like,
Yeah, that's true.
I really mean it. Like, I mean it like, see, I don't know about the Eminem journey. We have all the information everywhere, but I'm in your journey right now. I can see that you're working hard, your consistency. I mean, you have big dreams. For me, you're Rap God. Like, because I can see with my vision eyes, like you're growing. That matters a lot for me. That's the reason I mentioned you as a Rap God.
Right.
I'm not copying the name, but like for me, in my vision, in my lifestyle, you're my Rap God.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How's your morning, sir? How's the morning in California?
I mean, it speaks for itself. It's nice and dim, but a good way to say goodbye to 2025 so we can go into 2026.
Yeah.
oh, my bad. I forgot to say what's up to your viewers. How you going, guys? It's your boy, Eddie Jax. First guest on his show, I guess, for the new year.
He's the first guest on New Year. Yeah. Are you comfortable calling a Rap God or Eddie Jax? What do you prefer?
I mean, legally, Eddie Jax.
Okay.
Rap God Eminem took that already. So, salute to the man himself, the original Rap God and legend himself. But yeah, I don't want no smoke from Shady right now. You know what I mean? That guy's living at peace. I'm living at peace. Can't create beef when it's not there. You know what I mean?
So, Mr. Eddie Jax, welcome to Chai Biscuit. The first thing is, why music?
I would say it started off really as a therapy. You know what I mean? Because therapy, when you're going for therapy, regardless for whatever reason it is, it's more of like, that's the reason why they sign confidentiality agreements. It stays indoors. They can't speak about anything that you have told them unless it's criminal related and everything. So with me, I use music as a way to express myself, my humor, my mind, and I say basically whatever the fuck I want, you could be judged for anything you're saying. Me, I have no fucks given to be judged anymore. So I think it's freely, and every time I step in the booth or I write something down, I'm pretty much expressing me. And I feel a lot better after I'm done, just like any other therapy session would be,
Do you think a rap scene is kind of to express your freedom, express your emotion?
It's a way.
I heard this quote, like most of the musicians, like the artists, the musicians, the rappers, is this kind of, they're releasing their emotion, they're releasing their words to the world. Like it's not just a music, it's not just a words, it's that your emotion, what you're releasing to the world, and people are gonna really connect, and that's how the rap industry works.
Right.
Do you think that really makes sense? Like, people feel that music is not just a music situation, like just playing a music, you're just creating music which release a lot of stress, which you can release a lot of happiness, or you can make a lot of happiness.
Depending on who the person is. I mean, also if they're signed to a major label, a lot of labels, may not be on board with the kind of message you're sending. More artists are going independent nowadays. Or if you're already a big star, like some of these artists who are already established, they're already sold to what message you give. Whether if it's an Eminem, like we spoke, or The Weeknd or Taylor Swift, great artists, but their labels are already invested to the message that they're sending, so they can't do any wrong. You know what I mean? Their art is well protected. They're already established superstars, so they can pretty much say whatever the fuck they want. Taylor could talk about a breakup, or The Weeknd talk about a one-night stand, or Eminem could talk about the whole fucking industry, and no backlash really is coming towards them because their label is going to promote and they're supporting the message that they're giving. With us independent artists, we're basically, it's like a Russian roulette. You're rolling. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, the crap table. The crap table, you're rolling the dice. Shit could land on 7 or you could land on a 4, but you take the risk. With me, I'm rolling the fucking dice with my eyes closed. That's how much I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm just my opinion on it.
If you don't mind, can I ask about some more childhood? Like, since how long you are making this music? Like, since how long you've been existing in the music industry?
I would say it was in total, I would say about maybe 15 years. I stopped about a little over a decade ago. Music industry was just going downhill and everything. Got into the film industry, got some success out of it, but it was actually teaching me low key on how to be a videographer, how to do the editing, how to write scripts. You write scripts, you could write a song. It teaches you the structure because everything is storytelling. Like artists like Slick Rick or Nas. These artists told stories, in just one song. They take you on a journey. So if you could write a script, which I mastered in, you could write a song and you can actually tell a story, But getting back into it, I got back into it a little 2 years ago. My dad passed away, right? Appreciate you. Suddenly. And when he passed, there's an artist by the name of Dax, right? DAX. Salute to him. Great artist. I started listening to him during the pandemic. Great lyricist, great singer, great musician, the whole works, right? He's actually Canadian Nigerian, right?
Oh.
Yeah, and it was very interesting. I'm listening to him, I didn't even know, basically. Not that it mattered, but it was just more like I didn't hear it. He kind of when he sings, he kind of gives like a country type of accent on his lyrics. So he put out on TikTok a song that he was promoting, a single. It was called God's Eyes, right? And what he did was he eliminated his verse, and you get to write a verse and join in on the video, basically.
Okay.
Right? So I felt like my dad, before he passed, he got to see me perform. He got to see me everything. He got to see me on TV. He got to see a lot of things. And he always wanted me to strive, right? To be better, basically, right? So when I heard Dax like given an opportunity on TikTok to, hey, I don't want to sing God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. Then he lets you do your thing. And it's only 8 bars, so it's not long, right? So that's half a verse. So I sat down and I was like, let me talk to Dad. You know what I'm saying? So I just wrote some 8 bars. I recorded it on a projector, and I tagged him and combined our videos together, right?
Wow.
And I sent it out. Now, it's very simple, basically I'm just describing, when I heard my dad, I'm in Los Angeles at the time. My dad was in New Jersey and he had a sudden heart attack, right? And my brother is the one who called me about it. And, I was just describing when I heard the news. So I decided to talk to him in 8 bars and literally pass his legacy of things he taught me because he took me in, right? And I just stated his name at the end, you know what I mean? Eustace Johnson, So I did that. I put it out. I was getting reception. And my brother and my sister, when I sent them the video, right? I'd be like, yo, I made this about Pops. What you think? And everything. And they were like, holy fucking shit. What the hell? Bro, you're rapping again? I was like, no, I'm not. I just wanted to talk to Pops.
Mhm.
And they're all like convincing me because I had a lot of music in the vault that nobody has heard. It's just been sitting, collecting dust like a safety deposit box or a fucking vault. And they were like, it's time. It's time that you get back out there. It's time to create again and release what you got already. So I was like, okay, let me try.
Okay.
Let me try it. Let's see what happens. If I get some reception, cool. If I don't, fuck it. I gave it a shot. I released an EP called End of Days. Started getting reception. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Then I released a single called Misery. Okay, now people are going crazy because I produced the record myself, Then I released 2 EPs in February of 2024, New Jack City and New Jack City 2. 6 songs apiece. People were just generated. It had a song called Club Shit featuring D Black. It had a song called I'm Going Retro. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Okay. So then, sometimes when I hear some reggae music, whether it's Bob Marley or UB40 and so forth, my dad used to play it all the time, during the holidays. He sit back with his red label while we celebrating the holidays and he's just jamming dancehall the whole time in reggae, right? Anytime I hear it, I feel like he's talking to me. So when I hear like a certain song, Bob or whatever, I'll be like, talk to me, Pops. What do you think I should do now? And I don't know. In my mind, I feel like he's talking to me. So I sat down. I told my brother and my sister, I'm going to write a complete full-length LP album and dedicate it to Pops. If no reception comes, I'm stopping. If I do, I don't know what the fuck I do, next. And I created Domino Effect Volume 1. And I was kind of shocked of everything I was causing. And it's not that I wrote a song for him. It was more like I was dedicating my talent and my skill to see what I can create. I gave a number. I'm going to write 13 songs and I'm going to record them, right? And I'm going to talk about different shit, right? Different shit as it is. And I don't give a fuck who I piss off. That's what I was going in my state of my mind. So a song came out called Ghosting You. I'm only talking about how it feels if a woman ghosts me, right? Or if I choose to do the ghosting. So no one's ever made a song about that. So because a lot of people are insecure. So I did it. Then I did a song called Act Right because a lot of these young kids, they don't know what life is really about. Let me fucking teach them. But I'm gonna only teach them the way I know. I made a sequel to a song I created called Broken Mirror. Broken Mirror is based off of like we all gone through relationships in our lives, but it kind of reflects on a mirror.
I was about to ask about this question. About
Okay, my bad.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's all good. So I made a song called Broken Mirror where I made 2 of them, Broken Mirror 1 and Broken Mirror 2. Broken Mirror 2 is on Domino Effect Volume 1. I'm only stating relationships that the women who left, because I have no insecurity issues. So if they felt like they needed to leave, rather if it's I didn't make enough money, or they like somebody else, or I just want to be single, whatever the fuck the excuse is, right? They go hop over the fence and see if the grass is greener on the other side. They find out it's actually nothing but gravel, broken glass, maybe even some graveyards.
Yeah.
And they're going to want to flip back over. When you turn your back on that, because pretty much the mirror reflects on everything that's behind you, I'm not going backwards. So you actually destroyed the memory that we had. So the mirror is shattered. So you can't come back. There's already electric fence and barbed wire. If you're trying to come back, you're either gonna get sliced up or you're gonna be fucking electrocuted. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I made this album. I dedicated it to my dad. I released it on his birthday month of April because his birthday is April 23rd and everything, and it just took off. And when it took off, it was like a fucking addiction where I couldn't stop. I was making sequels and new series of music, basically. Um, even though my first EP was End of Days, I created End of Days 2, you know. My label's called Project 13 Productions. So I started making projects. So like I made 3 projects and released them on the same day of August 3rd, 2024. Project New York, 3 songs inspired by New York. Project Florida, 3 songs also inspired by Florida.
Interesting.
And I did Project California. I survived all 3 states, basically. So I decided to express my experiences, you know, of what I went through, you know, and they just started taking the fuck off, you know, and things got a little serious, serious. So my dad was really the one that sparked it, you know, his death and everything like that. Rest in peace, Pops. Love you.
Love you, pops.
But,
I just want to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
So whenever you close your eyes and you think about your pops, what's one thing it always comes to your mind? What, like, I feel like in the world, like everyone loves more than pops. Everyone loves moms a lot.
Right.
That's natural. Like we all boys always loves mom. But unsung heroes for me, like the dads are the unsung heroes. Like no one talks more about the dads. And for me, I'm 2025, all my podcasts. On 2026, I'm gonna continue the whole journey. I'm gonna ask this question to all my guests. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
So on your journey, so what is one thing, like when you close your eyes and that's one thing which always pop ups, his words or maybe his wisdom or his experience that is really helping you at this point?
I would definitely say the advice that he gave me. My dad had a um um just to be clear, he's my adopted dad, right?
Okay.
I was taken in at 6, so he saved my life basically. Him and my mom. And the advice he always tried to give me advice. He always tried to give me advice. When he always expressed some advice that he was gonna give me, I always finished his sentence. And it's like one of those expressions he makes where he's like, see, I can't tell you. You already know. You know, he always, I was always getting him with that, you know, because it was like, he knows I'm getting the message. You know, not a lot of times I've disappointed my dad. You know, I would say maybe it's like less than a handful, right? And we all make mistakes. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, otherwise we're not going to learn shit. One piece of advice he gave me, and the crazy shit is it was like a multi-meaning behind it. And I thought he was just teaching me something about driving. So when you're in a vehicle, right? Let's say you're in just regular residential street. You have a car in front of you, right? A lot of people pay attention to that one car in front of you, right? They always want to pay attention to it, which sometimes is dangerous. You never know what that fucking car is going to do. Could slam on his brakes. God forbid you actually hit him behind and all that. He taught me to look the back of their window, look through the car,
Okay.
to look at the next car,
The next car, okay.
and the car after that. So whatever the fuck they're gonna do, most likely is the one in front of you is gonna get that reaction. So you stop way before everyone. It's like, oh, I see like at least 2 to 3 cars ahead. All right, let me stop. Oh, there's an accident. I always thought it was about the driving. And later I figure it out like, oh no, he's teaching me about life. Try to be prepared. Be ahead. You know what I mean? Forget fucking plan A, B, C. Have the whole fucking alphabet all the way down to Z.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? So it was that particular advice sticks out with me the most because I took it everywhere. It made me a better driver, but it also made me try to be prepared because I'm an observer. You know, and I guess that falls into the Virgo category or whatever. But I'm an observer. I like to pay attention. I like to study what I'm getting into before I do it. You know, I actually studied wordplay first and I mean, everybody could write on a fucking paper and rhyme and everything. It's called a poem. But to make things make sense with punchlines, you know, complete punchlines, you know, and I mean, a lot of people call my humor dry, very dry and dark humor, you know, because I don't care how low I gotta go, basically. You know, and there's a song called Hereditary I released a few months ago where thinking of many things, but don't forget a menace to decapitate your brain cells. Now we're playing tennis.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait a second.
So,
It tripped me out. Okay,
yeah,
okay, what's happening? Okay, wow.
it was just some shit I was like thinking in my head, like, how can you say about how you can say about cutting someone's head off without saying that? You know, so I started trying to get clever with it, you know. So if you decapitate your brain cells, I was like, wait, is he talking about my head? And now we're playing tennis? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm going, you know, enjoy your Hanukkah and then call me German. Like I didn't care.
Interesting. I can see how the words are matching from each other. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. Like I told him, like, you know, want to go skydiving? Yeah, that seems scary. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to connect the words. So I always studied what I'm getting myself into. The music business. I was studying should I go with a label? Should I be independent? If a label came to me, would I want to sell, you know, not people say sell your soul, but do I want to sell for them because you're giving them the product to sell? And it has to be something they can promote. You know, the music industry is different from when I first got in, you know, at the time. You know what I mean? We were getting out of CDs and going into streaming. Now it's all about streaming and you can release something instantly, you know, and you can actually collaborate with people who are not even in the same fucking state now. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be in Las Vegas and an artist I work with could be in the UK. You know, there's a lot of UK producers that send me production and I send it back to them and be like, hey, what you think of this? And they're like, okay, I thought you were going to make a strip club joint and now I'm glad you made this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They always do that shit. So, yeah, I study it. You got to make sure you're ready.
So do you think that the rappers are making money? I don't know, this might be a controversial statement, but I just want to your experience. Like, for example, the reason I'm asking this question, let me elaborate. My audience who's watching my videos, they are more than like from age of 25 till 35.
Okay.
This is the 5 years age where people decide what they want to do in life, how they want to build their career, and most of this age gap, like from 25 to 30, people get more confused. Like, how to say, if you have a right guidance, that's a different story. If someone who doesn't know what is happening and they're just trying to figure out how can they fix the situation, how can they make money, like, if someone wants to come to rap or rap industry, do you think that they are making money at this point? Your personal experience, like,
I mean, at first, not really, because, you know, you never know who's going to connect with your music, you know? I mean, the music I was doing before and what I'm doing now. I mean, before I was making hits that I wasn't even trying to do. And the ones that I was trying to make hits with, they weren't. You know, I have a song called Throwback Chick, right? Which that's just the meaning behind that is women who are a little bit older, maybe in their 30s, 40s, but they look like they're in their 20s. They took care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? They look gorgeous and everything like that. So I was just talking about that. And I thought that was going to be my big hit. No one was talking about this. And it didn't. It didn't work. I recorded a song called Ride With Me, right? Ride With Me hasn't even been released into the world yet, right? We'll get into that. But I recorded that and, you know, when I recorded it, I was listening to T.I.'s Whatever You Like and 50 Cent's Candy Shop. Okay. Now, it's obviously what T.I.'s talking about, whatever you like, you know, I buy you this, I buy you that, whatever. You can have whatever you like. 50 Cent, he's talking about, you know, eating up a girl like she's candy or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Great music. Great songs out of both. And they both came out a year apart from each other. Oh no, I'm sorry, 3 years apart from each other. And I'm listening to these joints, and I'm like, I'm hearing this production that I did, and I'm like, okay. I wanted to test myself, and I wrote this in a fucking garage, right?
Okay.
So what? It's complete silence, other than the music, no disturbance, everything. And I'm trying to test myself because a lot of rappers like to curse in their songs. It's easy. It's very easy. You know, me when you curse to me is when you're replacing words, really. So it's kind of lazy sometimes, depending on what you're talking about. So I wanted to challenge myself. How can I talk uh, about something related to the women and not curse once? Never did it before.
Interesting.
Yeah, I never did it before. So I was like, let me try something. T.I. already did this. 50 already did this. What if I wanted to take them on a ride, on a journey with me, right? And when I was done, I was like, okay, whatever. I wanted to record. I went into the studio. I was trying to sex up my vocals, right?
What do you mean by sex of the vocals? Like,
Try to talk sexy,
okay,
like with my accent,
got it.
right? It maybe is a go-to for women, maybe it's not, right? So I couldn't do it. I was losing my voice.
Oh, okay.
And my engineer at the time while we're recording, he's like, yeah, keep that voice, man. Them girls are gonna love it. And he has no fucking clue. My voice was already giving out.
Okay.
So it's like, how you wanna go? Come around with me. Wanna do it on the low, come around with me. I was like, that's just the way I'm sounding. It's like I'm losing it. And I'm trying to get through the song before it's gone, you know? And I played it at a listening party, just randomly, right? This was an album I was working on, and I was just playing it in a very secluded place just to get the reaction, right? The songs I was waiting to get reactions, I didn't get one, but Ride With Me just happened to be in there. And when I played it, I just turned my back. I wasn't even paying attention. And everybody's just like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, hell nah. That was it? That was the song? Shit. Okay. I guess we found it. Didn't curse not once. Took, basically, I mentioned all these different exotic places like Paris, Hawaii, Miami, New York, LA. Like I mentioned all these places to take you where technically when the song comes out, right? You guys will get it in 2026. When the song comes out, when you listen to it, I'm not physically taking the woman anywhere. I'm making them feel like they're going to different places all in the bedroom. That's it.
That's beautiful. I'm super excited for that video, especially for that video. I want to see that how the video is going to look like.
Who knows? I won't say anything yet.
It's under processing. Yeah, there's so many things under processing.
I'm not gonna lie to you when I say that the video is probably done.
I want to ask about this, about some wisdom.
Okay.
For me, like someone especially who belongs to rap industry or some music industry is like writing is rewriting. Like there's a code, right? The more you write, it's more you have to rewrite your stuff. Maybe today you will be happy with this half of the part. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you know, say, oh, I don't want this. I want to write something new. What about you? How do you get your wisdom when you go for writing? Like when you take your pen on your book and when you sit alone in the garage, what's your thought process? What do you feel like? How the things works?
It starts from the beat, right?
Okay.
I've written lyrics without a beat. I mean, the first verse I ever wrote, 16 bars, that was perfect. It goes with any song, right? Technically it went to Club Shit, basically featuring D Black, right? I released that on New Jack City Part 2. And that was just a verse that was just sitting in the garage the entire time, you know? It's getting double X rated up in this session, packed with fine shorties in the VIP section. One after another, keep on busting out the maiden, and then who's it gonna get in? Because the lines keep racing, you know? basically I can go slow, I can go fast with it. It has to start from the beat. It tells me the story, right? And I'll give you an example, right? There's another song that no one's heard. It's called Drop That. Right?
Drop That. Okay.
Drop That. And it's produced by one of my collaborators and partners, Chico Lagoon. Worked with him for like 15 years. So we're in the studio. It was a studio called In the Cut Studios in South Florida. And we're in the studio. He plays the beat for me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This guy's I love this production because that's why I've always worked with him more than anyone. His beats challenge me.
Okay.
You know, it's always sometimes it's unorthodox with his production because I have no idea what he's gonna play for me. It could be like something like this, something like this, something like this. And he plays me this beat, right? Before I'm naming it Drop That. And I'm listening to it and I'm like, okay, this sounds something out of New York. Like
Okay.
90s New York, right? And he's like, all right, bro, with this song, I think we can make something where we can play this in the strip club.
Oh, okay.
And I'm looking at him, I'm like, this motherfucker's crazy. What? What strip club is this? Like this is not for the strip club, but I'm like, okay. But it's just what I'm thinking at the time.
Okay.
I'm like, let me try that. But he was like, how about this? Sit and write. I'll be right back. We're gonna go get something to eat at Subway. I'll be back in 30. And I'm like, okay. So I stayed in the studio while he went to go get grub. I wrote it totally opposite of strip club. Right? It had nothing to do with strip club.
Okay.
I'm talking about fucking music I created 20 years ago. And the whole concept was to drop that and do something new.
Mhm.
So I'm using songs that I created, right? The titles. I'm creating, like the titles could be, it's a song called Real Shit. It's called a song called Layback Party. It's called a song called Ground Zero. I'm using that as in sentences in the bars, basically. So I can basically say like, I'm talking real shit. I'm not a fucking hero. I'm going to bring you all the way to 9/11 right in the middle of Ground Zero. I'm just using the titles in the song. And I was done. He came back. We recorded the song. He totally forgot what he asked me to do.
Okay.
You know,
That's
and he's just
interesting.
like, he's jamming. He's like, I'm in the booth and I'm watching him because there's a window
Yeah.
from the booth in the engineer room. And I'm watching it. Like, I watch his reactions first. Like, to see, is it working? Is it working? And at the time, the woman he was dating, she's sitting on the couch, but I can see when you look through the window of the engineer room and look to the right, the door's open to the couch. You can see the view of the
Okay.
couch. She's sitting there. She has no idea of my music. She basically met me just around that time. And I'm watching to see if she ain't bobbing her head. Okay, I got to try something else. Because he likes it, but I need somebody who doesn't know me to like it. So I'm looking at her and she's like, we got something. We got something. And that's coming also in 2026.
Is that makes you happy when people really jam your song like that on this way? Yeah. Like what is happiness for you with the music? Like, I think that's a better question. Like
It half of it is.
Okay.
Half of it is. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I like it because I'm onto something. I'm getting some reaction from people that don't even know me. If they know me, I never know if it's genuine or not, respectfully. But when they don't know me and I see that reaction, I'm like, all right, cool. But I don't like it because it could create an ego where I'll be like, okay, I could make something like this and it's always going to get that reaction. Probably is hit or miss. So it kind of could get misleading. I mean, I feel happy that I get it out. You know what I mean? It's no longer in here. It's out there. I mean, I basically can say now I have 6 EPs, 6 separate singles, 2 LP albums, full length
Sorry for
albums.
interrupting. What is EP? Like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
just for my
An
ideas.
EP. It's pretty much like extended play type of album, which is half an album. So if you look at the context of an album where, let's say it's 8 songs, right? Or less than that, actually. Less than that. And when you play the entire EP album, it's like 30 minutes long. That's an EP. So it's like half of a full length album, which is an LP.
Got it.
You know, full length albums are like 9, 10, maybe even 20 songs, depending on the length of it. It could be up to an hour. When you see somebody with 25 songs, they probably just did a double album. You know, double albums are, for an example, like Biggie did one before he died. It's called Life After Death. Tupac did it before. It was called All Eyes on Me.
I was about to ask about Tupac, 90s era, and everyone used to love music. That was a game for everyone, and there was a dream. Like, you name it, everyone wants to go to California or Los Angeles to reach that game, to reach that goal.
Right.
Terms of fame or terms of money, there's so many other things. Like, what's the differentiate between 90s era versus 2025 era? How do you deal with this? Like,
Can I be direct?
oh yeah, 100%, please.
Okay, nowadays is shit,
Okay,
basically. 90s, and we're talking, what, just hip hop, right?
just a hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop nowadays is shit. It's less to basically critique, because there's really nothing to critique. I mean, we had our eras, you know. Yeah, you mentioned 90s in my eyes were very competitive. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look at the artists that we had at the time competing all for that number one spot. You know, we mentioned Tupac, Biggie, you know, they're not with us, but they were competing. You know, Jay-Z, Nas, LL Cool J, Redman, Method Man, Wu-Tang Clan, the works, it goes on and on. You know, 90s was very well competitive. If I was doing this in the 90s, like, I will have my work cut out for me, right? I can't sleep, basically, because you can have your number one spot for like one day, and then the next guy is coming to snatch that away. You know what I mean? I mean, I just mentioned East Coast artists, you know, from New York. Yeah. Don't get me started on the West Coast. You had Dr. Dre, you had Snoop Dogg, you had Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Like, the list goes on, you know, even the South. You know, artists like Scarface, you know what I'm saying? UGK, you know, based off of Bun B and Pimp C, may he rest in peace. It was very competitive, even going into the year 2000. I would say probably between 2000 and 2000 and I would say 2000 and 2002 was probably the most great day of hip hop. I mean, great day, I'm sorry. Great era of hip hop. Most competitive, as in, like, holy shit, you have to be better. I mean, I will go, see, this is how we could go. From 2000 to 2002, this is really what the artists were. You had Jay-Z, right? Obviously, Tupac and Biggie are done. They already passed away, but you have Jay-Z. You got Nas, you got Ludacris, you got Nelly, you got Eminem, you got DMX, okay? These are the artists, Ja Rule. These are the artists all competing for the number one fucking spot. Now, you are guaranteed possibly hip-hop platinum albums if you were, you know, getting those radio plays, but you're battling for the number one Billboard spot, right? You can have it in this week, but if another hot MC fucking released, he probably knocked you out of the number one spot, and now you're number two. So it's ongoing. Nowadays, it's like, what the fuck are they talking about? You know what I mean? I don't look too much into artists nowadays unless they're really established. And what I mean by established, I mean lyrically established. You know, we're going into 2026, but if people remember, we went into 2025 in one of the most public rap battles. People call it beef, but it ain't beef. Beef is completely fucking different. That's the problem with nowadays. They think beef is actually everything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, for an example, like, let's say I got a problem with you.
You know what I mean? I got a problem with you because when we were driving down the street, you cut me off. They call that beef. That's not what fucking beef is, right? May he rest in peace. Notorious B.I.G. on his album Life After Death has a song called What's Beef?
Okay.
And he broke it down. Beef is when you need two niggas to go to sleep.
Got it.
And we know what sleep means.
Yeah.
You're done. That's not nowadays. Nowadays, yeah, we got young kids who are not even living to 30, getting killed and everything like that. But most of the time, if you look at it, we have a good amount of people getting killed due to gun violence and everything. But most of these rap artists are dying due to overdose.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So the dealers became the users, and you're kind of hearing it in their lyrics. They're talking about this, they're talking about that. A lot of them that were established, like I would say Juice WRLD, great artists. OD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty sad. And it's very rare. I think, there are pretty good artists nowadays. You know what I'm saying? As far as rappers go, I mean, I mentioned Dax, another MC, I would say. MC is just another competitive way of saying rapper. Joyner Lucas, he's one of my favorites. He's based out of Massachusetts. But like I heard his music, and he's worked closely with Eminem. He got the co-sign for Eminem, and lyrically he's a fucking beast. You know what I'm saying? And he gives, even though he came out in in the last 10 years, he gives me 90s vibes.
Those energy.
Yeah, that competitive. He could rap slow, he could rap fast. He was real with it, and he's independent. So that kind of artist. I mean, shit. I would say the only two artists that passed away due to weird shit. I think they were gonna be the next ones. I would say Nipsey Hussle is one. I used to tell my people, Nipsey gives me Snoop Dogg vibes. Like he's not Snoop Dogg, but it's like when you're in that era when Snoop Dogg came out, Nipsey gave me that. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy came from the bottom all the way to the top. His Victory Lap album was Grammy nominated. His life was taken away, sadly. But he was on his way to be the next generation Snoop. And then there's another artist, and then Nipsey's from LA. So the New York next guy I thought was Pop Smoke.
Okay.
Pop Smoke got gunned down actually not too far from here, basically, in an Airbnb, a month before the pandemic hit. And to me, he was the next 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Like he's not even fucking, like, he wasn't even 20.
20s,
It was barely, you know what I mean? But when you hear him, it was like he was already matured, ready. He was ready for it. He's got the songs. He had the #1 album of the year in 2020, and he's already dead. His album came out before he even, passed away. I mean, my bad, after he passed away. And it was executive produced by 50 Cent. So 50 saw the vision, But everybody else, it was more like, it's shit. That's why it's a little bit more easier for me to compete. And I love to fucking compete, I mean, I've made my share of diss records, and nowadays everybody's making diss records, like when Kendrick and Drake went at each other, and it was more infamous with that and everything, and it took over the entire 2024
That was
industry.
like hot popcorn for me, like when Kendrick versus Drake, when they were those are for me hot popcorn. Like, okay, what's happening? Who's next? What's happening? Who's next? But I just want to ask you about this. Why Snoop Dogg is so famous? Why, what he did? Like, for example, if someone wants your observation with your experience, if someone wants to come to a rap industry, someone wants to come to the music industry, and most of the people idolize Snoop. Like I love Snoop Dogg's music. What are the things he did, and what are the things we're supposed to do so we can join that journey? We can be on a successful path. Like, what are the things which worked for him?
See, that's the thing. A lot of people, I mean, when you look at Snoop, what do you think he is? A famous what?
For me, from my background, who came from India, who was a different region, for me, Snoop's musics. Like
You would call him what? A famous what?
musician.
You think so?
That's my, I feel like he's a fantastic musician.
Okay.
Rather than yeah, that's my feeling. So where maybe I might, as you know that I have so much confusion with these names and actors and all the artists and all.
Right.
But still, whenever in any kind of situation in my life, whenever I listen Snoop's music, I know that this is Snoop's music because Snoop Dogg is that famous in India. Like that, I've been trying to understand.
I love
why.
it. I love the fact that you said that. See, I don't call him that no more because it's more like he's a global superstar now, right? Because if you take the music aside, right? This guy was in movies, okay? Movies. Sometimes he plays Snoop, sometimes he plays somebody else, okay? He's doing cooking shows with Martha Stewart, okay? He's creating drinks with Dr. Dre, called Gin and Juice. You know
And
what I
he
mean?
did the Olympic show.
There you
That's
go.
the best part.
What rapper did the fucking Olympics or
Yeah.
hosted or whatever the fuck he did? He held the torch. What other rapper done that? You know what I mean? Not to mention a few years back, he was in the Super Bowl performance with
Oh,
Dre,
yes.
with 50, with Mary J. Blige, with Kendrick Lamar. I think I said 50. 50
Yeah,
Cent.
50 cents over there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eminem, I meant.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I was there. Perfect, makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So he is if you're thinking global superstar, you're thinking icon, he's that. I mean, you heard all about him all the way from India.
Yeah.
So we know global. Because India's far from here.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even consider him the rapper anymore. Sometimes I keep forgetting he is. You know what I mean? I mean, not, people have funerals, right? For their loved ones, right? And this is where I know he was on a different trajectory. And I'm not trying to say this to be malicious or make fun of him or anything like that. Bless him. His mom tragically passed away. I don't know tragically. I forgot what was the cause of it, but God bless her. She passed away. He had her funeral at SoFi Stadium. You know what I'm saying? SoFi Stadium is a football stadium. It's not a funeral. That's how powerful he is to bless his mom, to give the proper send off at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. You know what I mean? That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? He loved his mom to death, and he did that for her. You know what I mean? I think I was outside the stadium at the time it was happening, and I didn't even know. Somebody told me, like, yeah. Snoop's having the funeral for his mom, and I'm like, oh, that is awesome.
And SoFi Stadium is one of the biggest stadium in Los Angeles. It's top 5.
Yeah.
It's one of the. Yeah.
I mean, they have a competition.
I've been to SoFi Stadium and I feel like, oh wow. And that was the first stadium when I moved to Los Angeles, and that's the first stadium I've been to visit.
Right.
Like, this is insane. For me, like, I felt, wow.
You
what
like
is
it?
This place. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I seen a couple of shows there. The weekend I saw him perform and so forth. It's good. It's good. It's a good stadium. I mean, it was. I think it was a good thing for the city of Inglewood to put there.
Absolutely.
They should put more. But that's just me.
Yeah. It's so crazy, sir. Like, do you think for all the rappers or maybe all the content creators or maybe the person who creates something, everyone goes with a mental health? So let's talk about that. Like
It's a crutch.
The reason I'm asking this, I want to talk about my stuff, which I did live streaming for 12 hours just 2 days ago. And still now, I came off that 12 hours streaming. I came out, I felt everything fantastic, but still it's on my brain. There's 2 ways. One, I was hoping a lot of expectation when I was about to go for streaming. I was expecting that, dude, I'm gonna hit the subscribers. I'm gonna do the best streaming. At the time of ending by 12 hours, no one was watching my streaming. Like, actually, no one was watching.
Right.
It was around 3 a.m. in the morning. The streaming is still on. My homies are sleeping. I'm on my stream platform, and no one was watching. It's 0 views.
Right.
And for me, at that point, it really helped. My father was, let me bring up my father. My father, he said, like, no matter what, if you committed to your word, you're as a man, you have to finish that things. Like, I had committed to my viewers, like, hey, I'm gonna do a streaming for 12 hours. That's the only reason I told, okay, I need to finish this streaming to finish till the end point. And when no one is watching, it was 0 viewers. I was about to cry. My the I'm someone who always happy, always put a lot of energy, but at that time, I was like, "Fuck, what's happening?" And I was going with a lot of anxiety, a lot of emotional trauma. Like, why? So what do you feel like as being you've been part of this industry more than 15 years? Like, do you think the mental health is really important, or maybe how do you deal when no one is appreciating you? I think that's like most of the people. I feel like
You want me to really say
No,
shit?
the reason I'm asking this question, so like
Uh-huh.
here in 2020, like we almost close to 2026. At 2026, like the life journey is so fast. Everyone wants quick success.
Yeah, overnight.
Overnight success. Like, hey, I'm doing this work, I need to be successful. But no, it's okay. Take your time. It's not mandatory that everything gonna work 100%. How do you deal with it? That's the reason I asked this question. Like, you've been in this industry, like you saw the ups, you saw the downs, you saw the people which is playing around with your words, the people playing with your emotions.
Right.
There's so many things which all makes complex. How do you deal with that?
Easy for me nowadays. I create. I did this a few years back. I created. I call it a shit list, basically.
Okay.
And an example. So certain people who didn't show me appreciation, right? I was there for, right? I was there for them. I mean, it could be years or whatever, right? It didn't matter. I could have been financially there. I could have been mentally there. I could have been just there. They needed somebody nearby, whatever. Time of need, vulnerability, regardless of what. I'm there. But when I'm there for them, I'm not expecting anything in return. Okay? I don't do the selfish shit. Because not to mention, to have that muscle memory to be like, okay, I was there for you. I'm gonna remember that. Okay, need you to be there for me whenever I need you now. No, I'm not wasting my brain function trying to remember that you got a tab you need to pay because I was there for you. I'm not doing that. It's a waste of fucking time, and I value my time, right? So me being there for them, they appreciate it, kind of at the time. And then I find out later they didn't, basically used, and then they go to, they can go to people or whatever and assassinate my character. So that's like you're going through a traumatic time at the moment, right? And you need somebody to vent to, right? You can vent to me, okay? And you tell me later down the road that you vented to me, and this goes on the appreciation and the mental health thing. You vent to me, right? And if you didn't have anybody to vent to, later that night you would have taken your own life, right? But because you secretly needed somebody to vent to because you had certain type of feelings, I was there. Boom. You can consider that whatever. I was there in a time of need. I was there for vulnerability, or I saved your life. Don't matter. That's for you to label, right? And then 6 months to a year later, you're going back to someone and be like, oh my God, he's a fucking, like, I don't like him. He's a nobody to me now. You know what I'm saying? I don't like his energy. You know what I'm saying? This and that. Whatever. Don't matter. He just saying he's this, he's that. But it's, you personally know that I'm not, but you're saying this out of your mouth. So you're assassinating my character. I create the shit list for people who do that, right?
Okay.
Because you got one shot with me. One shot with me before I put you on this fucking list. I'm not checking it twice. You're done, right? The only time you're being probably mentioned is probably on the next album. And do you have a chance to make amends? No, because some people ask this question a lot, where do you prefer love or loyalty? No. Is it love or loyalty?
Love and loyalty.
Yeah, love and loyalty, right?
Yeah.
What do you think I choose?
Loyalty.
I choose neither.
Okay.
Right?
If you ask me why.
Because this list that I have, right? And only 2 people have ever seen this list, right?
Okay.
Only me and my daughter.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Well, my daughter Zelly, love you, baby.
Love you from sister, from brother.
She seen the list. She was kind of shocked on who was on
Okay.
it. But see, see, I make this list because if I cut them off, right, like I don't have to worry about that because this whole list are people who loved me, right? These are people who loved me that I thought were loyal to me, right? Until I found out they were trying to assassinate my character and say I'm something that I'm not. You know what I mean? If I was always the giver, right? I'm giving you whatever. You know what I mean? I could give you gas money or fucking give you food or something like that, right? And then you go off to somebody behind my back and say, oh, he was stealing. Okay, you just kind of flipped what I am, you know? Supposedly these people loved me. So naturally people say when you love someone, you're loyal to them. But someone could fucking stab you in the fucking back who love you. And they don't have to love you to be loyal to you. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. It's not love and loyalty. It's loyalty or respect.
Makes sense. Even that,
Yeah.
both have the same equation.
Someone who's loyal to you could fucking disrespect you.
Mm-hmm.
These people were somewhat at a time loyal to me and then disrespected me. They could respect me, but that don't mean they have to be loyal to me. So the reason why I don't pick neither one, I pick energy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're either going to give me good energy or you're going to give me bad. One of these people on this list created so much stress in my life for a good amount of years to the point I didn't even know my organs were deteriorating.
Oh.
Yeah. And a doctor was telling me, okay, if this stress keeps up, I don't see you passing 2 years. And I didn't even know this was happening. My weight was lost. Like I lost how much? I lost nearly like 18 pounds in a month.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was super crazy. But because I was a thin guy at the time, I didn't notice. I thought it was just normal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So to hear some shit like that coming from a doctor after this person is creating so much of this bad energy, okay, good energy is going to keep me alive. You know what I'm saying? Not many people could figure out my age. That's because I eliminated all the bad energy. So fuck loyalty and fuck the respect, because in the end of the day, you can choose to disrespect me on your own for any reason. Loyalty, there's nothing that states in a contract. There's nothing that states that you have to be loyal to me. Nothing. It's just a human nature, rather, if you prefer to be loyal or not. But if you give me bad energy, you're getting a 10 blade cut from us completely, to the point I never deal with you anymore. You know?
Sense, yeah.
But shout out to all of them.
Thank you so much.
2 episodes of a show called Operation Repo, right?
Okay.
Where I'm the villain. I'm the guy whose car's being repoed, and I'm gonna go behind the scenes to the impound lot and steal the fucking car back.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they come back with cops this time to get the car, basically. So, and it was a 2-part episode, basically. And the one who helped me get the car back that I used was the repo people's son.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big story.
Yeah. Great people too. Great people. They're New Yorkers and everything. When I went and auditioned for it, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, we like your attitude. We like the tattoos. We like, you give this vibe. I know this is California, but you don't give fucking California vibes. You're something. You must be from the East Coast or something. I'm like, I don't speak on that. Shit, you know. And I did the show. It was all improv, technically. It was not even scripted. It was based off true events. So I was actually playing a guy who did exist. And they were like, your instructions are, basically, you already got the look. Your instructions are, all the repo people, to say whatever comes to your mind that you think will piss them off, basically. So it's a guy and a girl, basically. And, well, 2 guys and 1 girl. Same girl, I believe her name was Sophia. I think she passed away a few years back. But it was her brother and their friend who were the repo people pretty much. And great people behind the scenes too. Great, awesome. And what they were, they told me to piss them off. And I haven't even met them yet.
Okay.
We're at a bowling alley in Mission Hills, and they're like, when you get out there, say whatever you got to do to piss them off. I'm like, any lines I can't cross? He's like, no. And I looked at him like, you have no idea what the fuck you just did. All right. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want now.
Okay.
So I get out there and, I mean, long story short, the one thing that pissed her off the most, I told the woman, because we were jabbing at each other back and forth, and I was like, yo, you talk a lot of pussy. I should fuck your mouth. And look, when we yelled cut, when the director yelled cut, she was like, yo, what the fuck was thinking? What was going on in your head when you said that? I was like, well, they told me to piss you off, and I don't even know you. Okay, that did it. Congrats. The shit that they say behind the scenes is
crazy.
like, oh, it was success. But success, I mean, I try to be humble because it's not promised. And when you get it, it's not promised longevity. If you get it, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? But you never know. I went, as far as I could with it when it come down to film industry, but the film industry was very corrupted at the time. Then you have the pandemic, then you have the strike that went down, and it just got really dicey. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a time where I'm literally supposed to be on Fast and Furious 9, and that whole script got scrapped.
That's crazy.
Well, thanks to pandemic. That's what did it. And shit, they were already sending me my itinerary to go overseas, and first couple weeks or a month was going to be filmed at Warner Brothers. It was already prepped, but it happened. With music, I get to dictate how far I go. It depends on how you look at it as success. I mean, people could be, complimentary to a lot of the music that I put out, the stories that I'm telling and everything. And I don't know. When it comes down to success, I feel like everyone should just be humble at that moment and take it in, enjoy the actual time, because it's like California and New York. It's fast paced. I mean, you could contest to this as far as California goes. It's very fast paced. It could be Monday, and when you blink, it's Saturday.
Absolutely.
A lot of things could happen in between that time, and you can't even fathom which day was this moment, which day was that moment. I try to pay attention to each moment, and I try to. You can't stop time, and you can't put it back. I try to slow it down. So
Got it.
my thought process is just be humble about it.
Interesting. I have to know about the production stuff which you did in downtown. I forgot. You remember we are discussing about how's your production house? Explain about what you did in production. Like, I know this journey, but I don't know how to code that. Like, I remember that you blocked the whole downtown. You just showed over there, if I'm not wrong. That's what.
I shot a film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Like, I'm sorry guys, I forgot the question, but yeah, please.
Yeah. So, I had this character that, okay, I'm a big fan, since childhood, Batman. Okay, Batman has always been my go-to. You know what I mean? Because my favorite villain is the Joker, and my favorite villain is Batman. And I always thought I had a personality for both, basically.
Interesting.
So Joker, he suffers from schizophrenia, but he's a very, very calculated, cerebral villain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As crazy as he is, he's a fucking mastermind. With Batman, here's the thing. He may be rich, you know what I mean, but he was raised by his butler, who basically you could consider him an orphan, because both of his parents were gunned down. So I always had to feel like I was a loner. I never did follow people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people could be saying like, oh, you're a follower. You were doing this because this person did it. There's nothing in this fucking world that I followed anyone. You know what I'm saying? As far as friends, family goes, nobody did something before me that I did. Music, film, nobody did it. I'm the fucking first out of the whole entire dynasty that did it. Um, and when it come down to Batman, and Batman has always been played by somebody who's Caucasian, right?
Yep.
Whether it was Val Kilmer, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, Adam West, the whole works, right? My favorite is always going to be Michael Keaton. He's the fucking GOAT.
God.
But with that film, like I took it upon myself, like, okay, what's something that Batman's generation, that is the DC Comics, DC Universe, they've done everything. You know what I mean? They've done all the movies. You had probably 6 or 7 fucking Batmans and everything like that. But, you know, you had a few Robins, 3 Jokers.
Yeah.
You know, you had plenty of them. But what is one character that I wanted to play that nobody fucking played him yet at the time? Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Right? Jason Todd is... Batman had 4 Robins, right? First one was Dick Grayson. Third one was Tim Drake. Fourth one, I forgot his fucking name. But the second one was Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Jason Todd gets captured by the Joker. You know, the story like shifts a lot of different places. He either kidnaps Jason Todd, beats him to death, locks him up in the Arkham Asylum, or fucking kills him. And what's his fucking name? For the life of me, I forgot his name. But he's League of Shadows leader. Brings him in, reincarnates Jason Todd from in the Fountain of Youth, basically. A Lazarus Pit, actually. Yeah. And Jason Todd, he gives me vibes like he's me. You know what I mean? He's a loner. He don't follow nobody. You know what I'm saying? His first name's Jason. You know, I maybe go by my artist name Eddie Jacks, but my first real name is Jason. So, you know, that was another connection.
I can feel it.
He didn't even fucking know.
I didn't know that about
that's how the school.
I can feel it. I can feel it. The bridges are connecting each other. Yeah,
exactly.
That makes sense, yeah.
So, and Jason Todd created this moniker where the trainings of Batman, right? He's gonna fight like Batman. He's gonna act like Batman. The only thing he's gonna do that Batman doesn't, he's gonna kill. So if he's fighting crime, you're gonna end up being fucking shot down by one of his Colt 45s, basically. So, but he calls it Red Hood. My favorite color is red.
Okay.
So there's so many things that led me in that direction. So I was like, I studied it, you know what I mean? And I've been training in mixed martial arts, you know, ever since the year 2009. So I was like, you know what? And I'm in the film industry. I can do stunts, my own shit. So I sat down and I wrote the fucking script, right? And I tried to pick a villain. I used Black Mask, and I need some cronies from the mafia, like Falcone, you know, certain characters that are in the Batman series and everything. And I just got a couple of guys. We rehearsed some of the fight scenes. I sent them the script. You know, Black Mask is going to be the villain. I'm going to be the anti-villain, Red Hood. I'm going to call it Red Hood behind the Black Mask.
Okay.
Right? And when I'm done with it, I'm going to send it to Warner Brothers to see what they think. You know, maybe they want to, you know, make this film an actuality. So I just filmed it. You know, it's in the industry, it's called a short film. And came out good, you know. And the crazy shit is that this actually pivots back to the actual subjects at hand. In the opening credits and the ending credits are Eddie Jackson's music.
Interesting. That's a shout out. Eddie Jackson in the building.
Sir. And the crazy shit is, nobody knows this shit. Nobody knows this, but in the beginning credits is a song called Misery. I released that in December of 2023. It's a single, right? Produced it myself. At the ending credits, remember, we sat down and we spoke about the song.
The song which I fell in love with that.
No.
I'm not saying.
No.
I'm not saying.
No.
I know.
Not that song. It's not that song. We sat and we spoke about a song that my producer, Chico Lagoon, wanted me to make a stripper song.
Yeah.
That particular song is in the ending credits of the movie. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
There's one song, guys. I'm sorry for interrupting. There's one song which is I fell in love. I'm waiting for that song, and I want to say it officially, guys. So please give me an opportunity. Please, I want to feature in that song, and I really mean it a lot. You know that, which we played in the car. There's so many protocols which we have to follow, but guys,
nah, fuck that shit. I run my own all my music, so I can basically say it. I gave them an exclusive. I just released an album called The Domino Effect Volume 2. I gave them a sneak peek on what is coming for Volume 3.
Yeah, that's gonna bang on.
Yeah.
That's gonna bang on.
It's a whole different direction I'm going. I mean, I can state it because I officially am gonna make this the first single of Domino Effect Volume 3. It's called Godfather. I'm a godfather to 2 kids, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give like.
I hope you're not in the problem. I don't want to say that.
No, I can say it. I mean, nobody can get it. You know, it's basically safe in the vault. We're mixing down the album and everything like that. I mean, we'll get into 2026.
I'm ready for that, Godfather. So seriously, let's talk about the volume part 2.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, the Domino Effect Volume 2.
Volume 2, which we are, which I had featured on that song. One of the.
Yes.
So I'm so privileged, and I want to say this like in front of you.
Appreciate you.
I called you when you were in the Florida when you did the middle of the shoot.
Yeah.
So my father called me from Middle East. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I told my dad. He said, "Hey, what's happening? How's life? Everything is good." And at that time, I told Dad, "Check your WhatsApp." I forward that song. He's not in this rap field. He's not in part of entertainment. He's in part of business. So he's bit far from all this whole world what we are doing right now.
Right.
So he didn't understand the music, which I told was pretty true. That's not his forte. He listens more of Indian music. He doesn't know the rap songs and all.
Absolutely.
He was listening, and due to respect of my words, he was listening the whole song, and the moment when he saw my face on the camera, like he said, like, "Holy shit, you're in Hollywood music!" I was relax. Is this? So then I told like this is what I did. I got this opportunity, and I hope you liked it. Just my half of the part. Luckily, if I get a chance, I will be more featured in the whole of the songs and all. I want to say, sir.
Yes.
You made my dad's that evening. My dad was so happy. My friends and family, all my the people who are really close to my heart, everyone felt so happy. And shout out to you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
My pleasure.
That I told you on a call, like I want to express in front of my audience, like that really, even apart from the shoot, the moment when we released on Thanksgiving, I was having a breakfast with my friends, my close friends, and like I was in the restaurant. I want to scream to the world, like, guys, I got my song featured in Hollywood. But I was in this restaurant, like, you have to maintain the decor.
Yeah, you gotta keep your composure.
My heart was inside, the small boy which is inside my heart, he was screaming like, yes, yes. And this is all credit, this is all happiness because of you, sir. That really means a lot for me.
Of course.
I don't know about my journey, what is in the next 10 years down to the line. I don't know what's future, but which we already did, that memories, it's gonna stay to my life for the whole journey. And thank you so much, guys.
Of course.
Let's talk about part 2. What is happening? What are things we are doing? What are things is upcoming shows?
Well, we just released an album, executive produced by me and my producer, Chico Lagoon, and the Tunnels. The Tunnels is a production team and everything like that with Mitakai and everything like that. I'm working closely with this team. I've been working closely with Chico Lagoon for years, basically. When he creates music and he feels like, yeah, this is definitely Eddie Jacks. He sends it directly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He could have a whole different perspective on what this song might sound like, and then I come back like, what the fuck did you just say? You know what I mean? Like it gets it gets a little interesting, Godfather to 2 kids, life just fucked me. I'm a C-section baby, so I'm not pussy. You know what I mean? So like, these are the things that I say, and it's more like every time I'm recording them, I look at him and see who gets a reaction. And it could be any reaction. It could be like, he's jamming to it and he's like, oh my God, what the fuck? We're going to get canceled. I was like, no, we're not. You can't cancel to something you didn't subscribe to. Okay? That means something. So we sat down, and this was around the time I was creating Domino Effect Volume 1, dedicating to my dad.
It was 2022, right?
2024.
2024. Okay.
Yeah, I released Volume 1 in 2024 of April, and it was not supposed to be that. Like, it was different producers and everything. Like, I was going to do half of Chico Lagoon and half of everybody else. But then I was like, you know what? No. If I need to perfect my songwriting technique, right? So what I did was I did the whole thing of Volume 1. And when I perfected the songwriting, I made a shitload of different songs. The Second Coming, the fucking I made a diss record called Your Obituary.
Did I heard about that? No, I don't think so.
A lot of people did. A lot of people don't need to. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because if I feel like you're dead to me, I'm already writing your obituary.
Okay, got
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I made the stripper song, but it was not for him. Basically, it was not his production. It was called Ceiling Mirror.
Okay.
Basically, you know what I mean? Did Broken Mirror Part 2. I did a lot of different records on that. I started a whole thing called Road Rage. Because I got 3 Road Rage songs. Road Rage 1, 2, and 3. So when that was perfected, we sat down and we were discussing, all right, now we did Volume 1 is out of the way. I'm ready. I'm fucking ready. Let's go. What music you got? And he was like, all right, how many songs you want for Volume 2? And I'm like, no, motherfucker, you're producing the whole album.
So before we're going over there, I want to talk about Broken Mirror.
Okay.
Let's talk about Broken Mirror. Like, let's go with that whole story. What is the story behind for the Broken Mirror? What is Broken Mirror? If you don't mind,
I can't. Due to
I believe
legal
I heard
standards, I can't say names.
Okay.
I can say like what their titles were.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them left and wanted to come back. So Broken Mirror, that was what caused Broken Mirror. Broken Mirror was, first verse was my first love. Second verse was my first fiance. And the third verse was the one who I thought I was going to have a future with.
Got it.
Right? So the first verse is a woman who basically, she left me because she wanted to be promiscuous.
Got it.
And she wanted to come back all used up.
Got it.
Didn't work out for her.
Okay.
Second verse was a woman who left, who we were engaged. We were living under the same roof. Everything was getting a house. So I was working on a truck and everything like that. But the thing is, I was her first. I was her first everything. Right? And she decided she wanted to test out the waters of what other men feel like on our anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is getting intense. I don't want to ask this question, but like,
no, you can ask.
I thought like it might be pretty, easygoing story, but this is getting intense.
It's deep. I only write type of deep stories, basically. Pause. So, yeah. And the crazy thing, that's not even the crazy part. The crazy part is how I found out. I found out I had my sister's baby shower at our house, right?
Okay.
And I gave them, the access to it. I was still at work. And when I got there, not only was my fiance there, but the guy she slept with was there. Yeah.
Okay.
So when he came to me, he was like, hey, man, how you doing? Everything and all that. And he's like, yo, man, I heard a lot about you. This motherfucker heard everything about me. Like, you do music, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm thinking in my head, motherfucker, who the hell are you?
What are you doing here?
But the crazy thing is everybody knew what she did in the house. And they were all worried about what I was going to do to him. Basically, let's just say he got away with his life, but he left early. So I was like, when I found out, I was like, oh, so this is what we're doing. Okay. Yeah. You can't be Mrs. Eddie Jacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the third verse is just a woman who basically, had a different career goal than I did. You know what I'm saying? I was getting into the music and the film industry. She wanted to be in the Navy.
Got it.
So she wanted to go elsewhere. And when she wanted me to choose. She was like, babe,
quit everything. You can live off of me. I'm when I'm in the Navy. I was like, so you want to be my sugar mama? Got it. Yeah, that's not. I'm kind of not like built that way to make my girl my sugar mama. You got to be not my girl to be my sugar mama type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She ended up finding a guy in the Navy. They got married, they had a couple of kids, but I ended up running into her 10 years later, and she had an affair with him with me.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah. So I told
like,
but
I
I'm
feel like your life is more of a roller coaster. It goes like this, at the same time goes down.
It's a whole
and again going up.
It's a whole theme park. There are places you can
There's
eat.
a whole
There's a
jungle
fucking
theme park.
yeah. There's a seesaw. There's a motherfucking teacup ride. There's bumper cars. There's a whole fucking works. You know what I mean? If you go through this theme park, you probably see a lot of my fucking life, basically. But yeah. But volume 2 kind of gets a little deeper because first verse is based off of someone I had a child with, and then the second verse is someone who I had ended up having a Vegas situation, and it ended up in holy matrimony.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but yeah, it happened. It happened. So, yeah, I basically was based off of, they went elsewhere. They both tried to assassinate my character, and they all tried to come back in some form fashion. But it was like you already showed who your character is.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you asked me this because I just broke down the 3 verses of Broken Mirror 1 and the 2 verses of Broken Mirror 2 because that leads to Broken Mirror 3.
Interesting.
And
Like,
Broken Mirror 3 will be next year.
That's interesting. And what are the new upcoming projects, sir? Like, tell me about when you went for Florida. What was the story? Why do you went for Florida? When I called you, when the song was released on Thanksgiving?
I went to film.
What are the new things?
I went for 3 reasons. One, I was most importantly, I was there to spend time with my daughter. She was hitting 13 and everything like that. So got to get ready. Got a teenage daughter now. So second reason was I was filming the next few singles to volume 2. So I filmed I Candy Crush, basically, where we can break down what that is. And I filmed a joint video of Domino Effect and Follow Me with my producer, Chico Lagoon.
Okay.
Right? That video is going to be coming out next month and everything.
I'm excited for that.
You're going to love it. Candy Crush is getting a lot of headways right now. You know what I mean? I made that video. It started as a love story, basically. Okay. I'm just be very correctly. I can say this on record. I have no connection or relationship with any of these women I mentioned in this song. Okay, these were my celebrity crushes. Okay, that's what they were. So the first verse is Christina Ricci. Okay, she's been in films like the original Addams Family with Raul Julia, who passed away back in the days due to cancer. She played Wednesday Addams. She's been in a film called Black Snake Moan with Justin Timberlake and Samuel L. Jackson. Loved her. We're like close to around the same age. Head over heels. She was in Casper, all of that. I'm following her career. But then something happened, made me not want to crush on her anymore. Watched her have a love scene with Justin Timberlake. Okay, they didn't do it for real. It was just in a movie, and it was in my fucking head.
Guys. It
was
just
in my head.
Yes. It's just a wall.
Yes, it was just in my head. Second verse is Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Love her to death. Oh my God, she's gorgeous. And she's just like my mentality. Our humor is the same. Fell in head over heels in love with her, and then I saw her in a love scene with Bradley Cooper in The Star Is Born. I was like, okay, this ain't working. Then my last and final celebrity crush was Elizabeth Olsen.
Wow.
She's the little sister of the Olsen twins.
Beautiful.
She plays Scarlet Witch in the Avengers MCU, so forth. Great actress. All these women great at what they do. Beautiful women, great at what they do. I was just in a crush with them. So it's the verses start off of how I became a crush with them and how a crush became I'm in love with you secretly and I would do anything just to go on a date with you, this, and that. But then the verse takes a shift of when I see them with other men in a movie, and I'm like, okay, I got a bad taste now about this. This is not gonna work. I can't tolerate this. You are no longer my crush. I love you. I love you. I hate you. So it's eye candy crush because it was all on the eye. It was not in
Candy
person.
Crush.
So that's just my homage to all three women who are my celebrity crushes.
I know the story for the volume part 2. What is the shoots are happening because we had this conversation.
Right.
I have to know about the Joker part.
Oh, at the end.
The end
That
story.
was that was my dry humor.
When are we? Are you comfortable to discuss? Are we okay with discussing those points?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
When are we waiting? When we have an opportunity to see that video? Because the concept what we had discussed about the whole shoot.
Right.
That itself makes me more happy that I want to be there. I don't want to play the character. I know I can't play that, but I want to be there in the scene. Like, what are you doing? Like, like small glimpse. I don't want to.
It's based off of why I'm calling it the Domino Effect series, right? Because there's 3 parts of it. It's Volume 1 came out last year. Volume 2 came out November 29th, Black Friday. Basically, I think that's actually November 28th, if I'm not mistaken. But I released it on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's more like, to me, Black Friday is, prices drop. Probably, I mean, our country was shut down, technically.
Yep.
So I thought it was a perfect day to release this. I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give a soundtrack to what the fuck is going on right now. But I'm calling it Domino Effect because I'm rolling the dice on everything I'm saying without worrying about backlash or repercussions whatsoever. I don't give a fuck. I have no more fucks given. So that's why I'm calling it a domino effect because, these are dominoes that are pushed over. They're going to have an effect on a lot of things and a lot of people, basically. And there are probably people who are going to get hit with a couple of ricochets in the process of it. I mean, what was it? Like, I have a song called Number One Contender, right? Everybody wants to be what you stated, rap god, okay? Rap legend, a king, a fucking champ.
Yeah.
No one talks about the one who's eyeing these people, okay? Because once you're a god, once you're a king, once you're the champ, where you're number one, you're already on the pinnacle.
Yep.
Okay? There is no fucking other place to go but down.
That makes sense, yeah.
But there's a top contender waiting for your downfall. Okay?
Right, you're right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can use Drake and Kendrick as an example. Drake has been number one for fucking over a decade now. Kendrick has been waiting for his opportunity, and he got it.
That one moment.
Yeah, and what happened? Number one fucking album, number one single that's been played for over a year, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl? That's a crazy thing.
I mean?
Super Bowl.
So, like, no one speaks about the top-ranked contender that's waiting, gunning for that spot. I am that fucking contender. I'm the number one contender. I was grinding ever since, and nobody's been able to stop my drive. I'm not afraid of the top spot, and I'm not afraid of the top person. I'm actually afraid of me, of what I would do to get to that spot. And if I gotta go like diss records, basically, I'm not afraid of them. I mean, Domino Effect Volume 1, Domino Effect Volume 2 is basically a few of them in there. And I'm taking jabs at whoever the fuck I want, Like, what are you going to do? Fucking get a pen and paper and get on the mic and try to do what I do? I'm literally going to talk about everything. You can talk about I barely got any weaknesses. What are you going to come for? What exactly? I mean, I literally took a risk and said, I got a 13-year-old daughter. Okay. You saw what happened when people try to come after Eminem's daughter. Every time they mention her,
that's sort of World War III. This is crazy.
I mean, I'll do a quick example. MGK mentioned his daughter, Machine Gun Kelly. Okay, what happened with that? They did a quick fucking battle. Next thing you know, MGK went from rap to fucking alternative pop music.
No, I feel like if something is, when it is when it is professional fight, it has to be professional.
Yeah.
You can't bring the family. This is just my opinion.
You can't what?
You can't bring the family members in the fight. If something happening,
This rule is where?
it's everywhere. You can't.
This is a rule?
Families are very important. Protect your family. You can't bring
Exactly.
You can't bring it like on this.
You're stating it wrong. In this game, there are no rules. See, thinking that
Okay.
way is what got Drake in trouble. Because he has a son. God bless him. Beautiful kid. Okay. But they brought up his son. You know, his last two battles in the last 4 years or 6 years, they brought up his son because, you know, he didn't want the public to know until he was ready. That was a touchy subject. They brought up his friend's illness. He has a illness that could cause his life. They brought that up. In fucking rap, there are no rules.
Okay.
There are no fucking rules. If you go back as far as Nas versus Jay-Z, Ja Rule versus 50 Cent, Tupac and Biggie, LL Cool J and Cannabis, you can go through the whole fucking works. Cameron and Mace, they're cool now. They're making great business together, but there was a time they wasn't. There are no fucking rules. There are no rules. Jay-Z mentioned fucking Nas's baby mom in the backseat of their car and leaving the condom in the car seat. That's kind of low blow.
Yeah.
So there are no rules. If you get into this fucking game, you better make sure you got your seatbelt, a bulletproof vest, and an instruction manual on what to do. You can't go in here thinking that, yeah, I'm gonna diss you, but you can't talk about this, and this. No, that's not how the fuck this works.
Okay.
At all. You know what I mean? I've see there's a record that's on the album Domino Effect Volume 2 where it's called Fair Warning.
Fair warning.
Yes. Okay. It's called Fair Warning. In that record, here's the three people I'm talking to. I can't mention names, but one of them is a former best friend. Second verse is a chick that I used to date, her baby daddy.
Okay.
Okay, because he claimed he was a rapper and he thought he could challenge me. And then there's the last verse is a family member.
Got it.
There's my rules. Okay, someone I knew, someone I don't know, and then someone I know very well. What rules? They don't fucking exist. Okay, and I state in the third verse of Fair Warning that I ended a lot of fucking rap careers. Is probably the reason you never heard of any of them. I can end your whole career before you're famous. Because I'm willing to go as low as I can fucking possibly go. You think going after someone's kids and parents and family members is one thing? I'm going after your fucking ancestors, basically. And they're, rest in peace, they're not even here. I'm going after their spirit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to take it to religion, but if you're going to bring God in the fucking problem, into the issue, I'm going to bring the devil into this issue, you know? Like, I only cross the lines that you're willing to cross with me. Now, once you mention my daughter, it's more like, okay, you just told me what the rules are. You didn't piss me off. There was only one person in the entire world who pissed me off that mentioned my kid negatively for the first time. That was back in 2019. I already reacted. You're never going to get the same reaction. I already reacted and challenged this guy to a fight. He didn't fight. All right, now I know what I feel like when someone talks about my kid. Go ahead, talk about her. She knows I represent her very well. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm the type that will play, like if you did a diss record to me and you mentioned my kid, I will sit down with my daughter, I will play it for her. And look at her like, sweetheart, what you think of that? Not only they diss me, they diss you too. You're like, Dad, what'd you say back to them? She already knows. And I'm like, I'm glad you asked. Play. And then she hears it. She's like, yeah, Dad, they can't come back from this. I'm like, because I'm willing to go as far as I need to, you know? I have a song called
my reflection, right? My reflection is kind of personal in a way. Some people could look at it as it's a diss to my birth father.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have a relationship with him. He's still alive. Still alive. He's doing his thing. But the thing is that when you look at me, we look exactly alike.
Got it.
Like he could never go to my birth mother and say, that's not my kid. I pulled out. No. Have us stand next to each other, motherfucker.
Control C, Control V, copy paste.
Yeah, basically.
Got it.
He's just the older, worn out version of me, basically.
Got it.
And a lot of growing up over the years, right? I mean, there's a lot of things he is, got into drugs, got into violence, got into beating women, all of this weird shit, but that's his business. With me is that everybody thought I was going to be like him.
Got it.
Like I was going to repeat the cycle, basically. Like he punched out his father, allegedly, and they thought that I was going to grow up and I'm going to punch him because of what he did. I grew up, I became healthy, I became strong. I didn't feel like hitting him. Let him wear out, basically. But the thing is, everybody kept thinking, and I think it's mostly on his side of the family. They all looked at me and saw him, and they thought I was gonna fucking just grow up to be like him. So every time I looked in the fucking mirror, I saw him, but I didn't act like him.
God.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of women he put hands on. I didn't put hands on anyone, basically. They left. I just took the key and then come back, type shit.
Makes sense.
My reflection is basically trying to get out of that fucking shadow of what they see in the mirror, and that pivots to when you were asking me at the end of the video of Eye Candy Crush, when I'm in the mirror, I'm actually staring at that monster and I'm trying to go away from him, basically.
I'm super excited. I'm excited. So when we had discussed about this, you had shared me the half information. Like you shared the information on the upper layer, but right now, when after this talk, it has more deeper level.
Yeah.
And when I say I'm super excited, I want to see how this is gonna be on a bigger picture, how it's gonna be coming back. The more you were talking about those topics, I was thinking about from a backhand. I was thinking like, okay, the scene will be here, like this is gonna be the way how they're gonna shoot. This is gonna be how the thing's gonna happen. It's so crazy. Like being a rapper or maybe working for music industry is not that easy. It's all about getting that, looking for that right words. Make sense?
I mean, it depends.
Like
back in the days, I used to watch my words. I don't anymore. I felt like that was the part that was holding me back. I don't anymore. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 monikers, right? You got Eddie Jacks, okay, who's the artist. He's giving you records like, well, next year he'll give you Ride With Me, but, he's giving you records like Hit a 360 for the ladies. You Know the Vibes. A record like My Circus. Giving you the lady type of tracks, the love tracks and all that. Then there's Loquito, okay? Loquito means crazy motherfucker. I was named that by a close friend of mine, right? And I was like, it kind of stuck with me, basically. So Loquito is basically the dry humor of, like, I have a song called Loquito.
Yeah,
right?
I think I heard about that song.
Yeah,
if I'm not wrong.
And that song, I'm basically talking about going to Vegas, doing it the right way this time. Getting fucked up, going to Caesar's Palace, laying your ass, laying the women like naked on a fucking bed with sushi all of them, like they do in Asia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or playing naked Twister with them, and then let's go to a chapel and let's get married. But then let's have the paperwork ready to get an annulment. You know what I mean? I'm doing the weird shit, basically, where it's making people feel uncomfortable and laughing at the same time. But then there's evil Loquito. That's going to give you the dark humor, basically. That's the one who's basically who's decapitating your brain cells and playing tennis with it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's 3 monikers. And I had to master those monikers before I can really give people like a masterpiece, right?
So Domino Effect, Volume 1 was giving you Eddie Jacks, but sprinkled with Loquito. Domino Effect Volume 2 is giving you Evil Loquito with Eddie Jacks. Volume 3, you're going to get all three.
Interesting. I'm super excited. I'm seriously excited. One, I know your vision. Second,
Right.
apart from close, yeah. One, I know your vision, and apart from the vision, I've been traveling with you in person, like in professionally. I have that privilege. I can call you anytime, sir. This is what I'm thinking. What's your take? Maybe I can bring you the song the way how I bring it in the middle of the work. Sir, this is my rap song. What do you feel? Like, I have that privilege, and I can see your vision, how your things are growing. Uh, let's talk about daughter. What
The what?
about your daughter?
Oh, okay.
Uh, the moment when you go back to her, when you stay with her, what's your emotion? What's your feeling at that time?
I'm neither one of those monikers, basically. I'm just Jason. Because there's no other job that I'm more passionate about than being a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went through a good amount of years battling, court type of shit. I think it was like 6.5, 7 years or something like that. And the crazy thing is, I had a choice rather if I should do it or not. You know what I'm saying? There were people who were telling me, do it, don't lose her. But then there were people who told me, don't, you'll be all right. And, you're going to be a superstar. She's going to be, great when she's time to go to college. You're going to pay for her college, pay for her wedding, all of that. I didn't know really what to do because I may have a birth father, but then there was a father who raised me that taught me different. You know what I'm saying? So it's very passionate. And like I said, you can't stop time. You can only slow it down. So I try to slow it down every time I'm around her, keep that same dad-daughter bond and everything like that. And I'm glad you brought her up because it pivots to what I said before. You brought her up. Volume 3 is going to be dedicated to her. Basically.
The whole series?
No. Well, it's it's dedicated. Now, when I say dedicated, I'm not talking about them. It's more like I'm dedicating like my finished product, my masterpiece to my kid. It's like, this one's for you, baby girl. I did it the best way I could. You know what I'm saying? Volume 2 is dedicated to the mom that raised me, Rosa Johnson, right? She passed away this past January, so it's going to be almost a year. She passed away January 9th due to dementia, right? And I went to New York to with the family to bury her. She's buried in Brooklyn and everything. And these are the two that raised me. So it's only fair that Volume 1 I dedicated my dad. Volume 2 I dedicated
and
to
Volume
her.
3 for your daughter.
Yeah.
This is nice. This is so beautiful, sir. I feel like I have to stop you here. And
Okay.
the reason I faded this, I feel like your journey is I can't capture your journey in one show. You getting the point?
Absolutely.
I want you on the next show. Maybe once the Chai Biscuit will grow in a different path, in a
Okay.
different platform. I want to use you as a person, as a mentor, as a guidance in that platform.
Okay.
And I strongly believe things gonna change. Before we end up here, I know this is like I'm creating a huge break here, but I want this break.
Okay.
I want to use you as your whole experience in a different platform, which I mentioned.
Okay.
So before you're signing off, this one thing which I asked to all my friends and family, whoever comes to my podcast, and there's one thing before I end up. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and sharing your
Absolutely.
love, which
Thank you for
is
having
really
me.
matters me a lot. And thank you so much for giving the opportunity for Inner Hollywood. Thank you so much for making my father proud. He smiled because of you. Thank you so much making me proud because of when I showed my video to my friends. My friends, they had this immense happiness when they saw me. Like, and I got this kind of slot, a little bit proud, like, okay, I did something. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything.
Of course. Absolutely.
Give me just 3 tips. How can I improve my Chai Biscuit platform before we end up from here?
I would still keep it going with different episodes of different types. I mean we going on almost 2 hours and we actually You know, we talk about difference of life, difference of music as far as the music industry, film industry, you know what I'm saying? That was good. So it's like all of that in one episode. Continue to do these episodes that's connecting with different type of people. You know, you can get an engagement with all of them, you know, as one, not just one, you know, demographic group. You
Yep.
know, I would definitely do that. You need me to come back again, or like we definitely can chop it up. 2026, I got a lot of big things happening that I've been working on secretly, and y'all look out for it. Okay, got 2 major projects coming out next year, 2026. Be on the lookout. If you followed my journey, I did New Jack City 1, New Jack City 2, and New Jack City 3. I got a masterpiece coming out this spring going into summer, which is second quarter. I got New Jack City 4. And that's going to be the records that I stated earlier with him. Drop That and Ride With Me are going to be the first 2 singles, and videos are going to be following that. And then a year from now, be on the lookout for Domino Effect Volume 3. Also, go follow my collaborators, The Tunnels, Chico Lagoon on Instagram. You can find them. They're tagged with me on my IG page. This is Jax13, and my TikTok, Eddie Jax 013. I got big things coming on, and be on the lookout for that new video I got coming out next month. Domino Effect and Follow Me, which is going to be a joint video. And we're going to end the promotion for Domino Effect Volume 2 going into the next situation with My Circus, which it's all for the ladies on that one. So
Right now I'm excited for Volume 2, Godfather. I'm excited for these 2 production houses. Like, I want to see how the things
It's
work.
a completely different direction. If you listen all of Domino Effect Volume 2, it's going to be nothing compared to Volume 3. We're taking it, if you think we're going into 2026, we're basically going into 2036 with this one. This is a very futuristic hip hop direction. The Tunnels is on a different fucking level. My lyrics are in a different level. If I didn't piss you off with Volume 2, I'm going to make sure you don't want to exist in Volume 3.
Chai Biscuit viewers, we have to work hard, and the whole podcast. One thing which I've been noticing, which I've been writing notes, and I've been following your journey. So you're so resilient.
Thank you.
Resilient, who's like, no matter what, I wanna do this, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do this. Thank you so much for inspiring me as well. Like,
especially that thing you said that your father was very strict about. You know, you start something, you gotta finish it. I'm very strict about that. Yes.
Thank you so much, and
absolutely.
I'm super excited, and thank you so much for watching till the end, guys. And I'm gonna make sure Chai Biscuit will be on a different platform, and AD Jax will be my guest in a different platform level, and things gonna change. 2026, I'm expecting a lot. When I say expecting a lot, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna make sure the result gonna be in a different platform, different version.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hope for the best.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for everything, guys. Watching till the end. It is all about Johnny. Take care. Love you.